Huh. Any particular type of show you wanna be in? Broadway.
And cut. All right, thank you, sir.
Dean.
And Mr. Dean Morgan.
Morgan.
I keep
Appreciate
looking,
Here's
you know, I
what
keep
I
looking and
like
seeing
about
her
you.
picture here, and that's what keeps throwing me off. And I need to go over more. Like, that doesn't look like you.
That's her.
Here's what I liked about
Appreciate
you. You went into that Dean Martin character and you
Sweetheart.
became him. Yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
you want
I
a
know.
teleprompter?
Yeah, I know.
Thank you so much.
No, appreciate it.
Great job, great
Thank you.
job,
Thank
great
you.
job. You will hear from us as well.
Appreciate
Watch
it.
those cards.
Nice to meet you.
Thank you, sir, you too. And I'm gonna do the teleprompter there, so I just want you to start and read when it starts. And action.
Hello, I'm Emily McDaniel with the 3D News Update. The Dallas art industry is still reeling after the announcement in the largest budget that the Dallas Art Council is to lose $104.8 million from its budget over the last 4 years. The proposal is for the funds to be used to create the National Center of Excellence in the Arts. The dramatic announcement was made by Mayor Hamilton, who said what the new center would allow for a truly national approach to art funding. The much anticipated Vivid Festival opened in Frisco on Friday night, painting the city in the blaze of colors with its outdoor art display and interactive installations. The festival has become the biggest of its kind in the Northern Hemisphere. Attracting thousands of visitors, transport authorities advise people to leave their cars at home and use the public transportation system to get to locations around the city, especially the Rocks, Darley Harbor, the Opera House, and Central Park. Good news for firefighters. Fort Worth Stop Sign says that City Hall have developed a new software that will give them a more accurate view of fire behavior in real time. The software, called Spark, can forecast the range of potential fire movements depending on conditions and is set to change the face of how large destructive blazes are managed.
And cut. All right.
Go
All
ahead.
right. So, you have your headshots with you?
Sure.
One or two? Just one, that's fine. Just one. Oh, cool. I like this one. All right, and so, what are your interests? Okay, I want you to talk to him about, he's Mr. Sheffield, and this is Emily. And Emily, I want you to interview him about, I guess, online schools and how a lot of the children are not returning back to school. So figure it out.
Is he a teacher?
No, I'm not sure if he's a teacher or
I just
not.
said
I
that.
just looked on his sheet and that was one of his interests. And so he did a commercial for a dropout and get school. So I wanted you to kind of talk to him about kids dropping out these days, and he may even have some personal experiences. These kids are going to online schools. They're finding that the teachers are coming to the home, visiting them, and the oldest kid is babysitting the other two kids and making sure that they get their lessons online. So they are suffering because they're not getting their lessons. And now they are not returning back to school at all. About 60% of some of the students have not returned back.
Right.
All right, so I want you to talk to me about that.
Like Mr. Sheffield, like
Yes.
Manny?
All
Mr.
right.
Sheffield.
And action.
Mr. Sheffield, so how do you feel about the 60% of children that are homeschooled because of COVID are now not going back to school?
I mean, well, you gotta look at the parents' cases too. A lot of parents don't have their support. They don't have names. They don't have two-parent homes. Some of these parents are single parents, some of them are COVID response workers. So you have to take that into account and why that 60% is such a big number. It's mainly because a lot of these people they don't have a choice.
And how do you think that fits on the mental states of these children?
It has to drive them a little crazy, not being able to see their friends again. Because I know it would for me. Because school's a big part of my life. So being there with my friends was like probably 90% of the reason I love going to school.
Do you think that it might possibly affect their social skills growing up?
I don't think it affects their social skills. They can still learn that. I think that this will take a big toll on their life. It will change some things, but I don't think they'll
All right.
get from social skills.
Cut. Excellent. Follow-up questions. You're comfortable doing that. I mean, you were reading, but interviewing, you were just flying off. I love it. And you're a great interviewer.
Thank you.
You're relaxed. I appreciate that. I want you guys to switch up. Emily, you definitely will hear from us. Norma Jean. She's Norma Jean. She's Marilyn Monroe. She's straight out the country. She bought one dress.
I'm from Oklahoma. I literally bought this 10 minutes before.
That's how I bought this shirt.
Right, so this is all she has, and she's on the way to Hollywood, and they're about to eat her alive.
I know, totally. Oh my God.
Thank you so much, and you can go ahead.
Thank you so
All
much.
right, well, you will hear from us, everybody will hear from us, but you did great.
Yeah.
I'm really impressed with everyone. Normally,
It's my first
you have
audition.
We have, oh,
you have a treasure
That's
trove of
great.
talent.
we do, we have the best talent
Watch your card
ever.
there.
Yay, you told me, You just got back from the shoot.
No,
That's so cool.
I was in Oklahoma because my sister needed help with my nieces. So
So,
then I was like, I'm gonna book it.
Good.
So I just
I'm
came.
so glad you made it.
All right. Thank
thank
you
you
so
so
much.
much, and thank you so much for being patient and waiting, okay? All right, Mr. Sheffield,
Yes,
Gary Sheffield, I want to get you to look at the teleprompter there,
Okay.
and you're gonna read, be natural, ad lib if you need to, and action.
Hello, I'm Gary Sheffield with the 3D News Update. The Dallas art industry is still reeling after the announcement in the latest budget that the Dallas Arts Council is to lose $104.8 million from its budget for over the next 4 years. The proposals for the funds to be used to create the National Center for Excellence. The dramatic announcement was made by Mayor Hamilton, who said the new center will allow for a truly national approach to the arts fund. The much anticipated Vivid Festival opened in Frisco on Friday night, painted the city in a blaze of colors with its outdoor art displays and interactive installations. The festival has become the biggest one of its kind in the Northern Hemisphere, attracting thousands of visitors. Transport authorities advise.
All right, cut. Now, I want you to remove the microphone, put the microphone right there in front of the TV on the shelf. I want you to stand behind the news desk.
Okay.
You're not gonna sit actually in the chair, and push it to the side. Find your comfortable place. I wanna know what your comfortable place standing there.
Okay.
And we're gonna start this script over. And action.
Hello, I'm Gary Sheffield with a 3D News Update. The Dallas art industry is still reeling after the announcement in the latest budget that the Dallas Arts Council is to lose $104.8 million from its budget over the next 4 years. The proposal is for the funds to be used to create the National Center for Excellence in Arts. The dramatic announcement was made by Mayor Hamilton, who said the new center will allow for a truly national approach to arts.
Cut, thank you. I'm cutting you off because I can see you flow well. What is your passion?
My passion?
Yes.
Teaching. Teaching others.
Teaching others.
Yes.
Okay, so motivational speaking, teaching, you're an actual teacher or just teaching
I'm not
others?
I'm not a teacher, but being able to be a resource for people that never have resources.
Okay, all right. And what do you do for a living?
For a living, I build F-35 jets.
Oh,
For the military.
Why the heck are we not talking about that then?
And we can.
I mean, we're just talking about teaching and all this other stuff. So at the end of the interview, I said, what do you do? I build jets.
By the way,
I work for Lockheed Martin, and we build jets.
All right, so I need you to come, gentlemen, sir. How you doing? Do you have a headshot, sir? You have a headshot?
I do. I have it all digitally though.
Okay, good. You're right. You save it paper. Thank you. Watch that card there. I want you to go over there where Mr. Sheffield is.
I put my
This is
stuff right
awesome.
here.
I think I heard this is rare doing in person. Like, we don't do in-person auditions anymore.
Good. This is the first time, right?
Yeah, this is awesome.
So I want you to interview this gentleman. Get that microphone there.
Okay.
No, he's interviewing you.
Oh, you interviewing me?
Yeah, you're the one. He builds jets.
Right.
Talk to him about building jets for the military. And let me get your name down. What's your name, sir?
Ryan.
Ryan, R-Y-A-N.
Yes, sir.
All right. R-Y-A-N, and last name?
Gates.
Gates. Ryan Gates. We're gonna remember that one day, huh? Ryan Gates. Okay. Mr. Gates, whenever you're comfortable, I want you to start with him and action.
So, does he have a name? Do you have a name?
No,
No.
all right, get all your information together first.
All right.
Before we start with it, but I want you to also, I'm gonna help you out. I want you to introduce yourself. I'm such and such with 3DDs, and I'm here with Gary Sheffield, and then you go. All right, and action.
I'm Ryan Gates, and we are here with Gary Sheffield, and I'm from 3D News. Today, we're going to be talking to you about all the Air Force pilots and the new jet that y'all have coming on the way. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yes, a lot of it's just confidential, but for the most part, a lot of people don't know where the F-35 name came from. It was an accident that was done at least about over a decade ago. The jet was supposed to be called the F-22X, and the guy didn't read the documents, and he was in front of councilmen and Congress. He was like, just call it the F-35. So from now on, everyone calls it the F-35.
Now, what did y'all do to take care of that situation?
We move forward, because by that time, 1 million ears heard it. So,
Right.
in the documents, everything has been done. All the contracts have been moved forward, and we're building, man, we're moving forward. So all the technology is there.
Sounds good. Okay, moving forward, how do y'all plan to build on what you guys have now?
Oh, man, they are going, I'm in aeronautics, so we're working with NASA as well. They're building lasers. They're now gonna be put on the jets.
All right, cut. Great. Mr. Sheffield?
Yes, sir.
Good job.
Thank you.
We will definitely be talking to you.
I appreciate it so much.
Good job.
Thanks, bro.
Can I do one thing before we
Yes.
leave him? In looking at your resume, I know out there, we talked about some police brutality.
Yes.
I wanna go into that. Now, what I wanna do, you are the family member of what just happened in Louisiana
Okay.
with the new man, okay?
Brown.
And you are interviewing him because it took 2 years for that body cam to come out. Oh, we're highly social justice advocates. There will be a social justice piece to this news, and we're gonna dig real hard. So now what you're doing is you're going in the field with this family that's grieving, you're gonna interview him. You ready?
Yes.
Okay.
All right, and action.
All right, sir. First of all, we're sorry about the reasoning behind our get-together here today. How are you feeling?
Sad, sure, that this is something that's continuing. This is a never-ending cycle for us. We never can get used to it. All we can do is try to move forward today.
Good to hear. While we're moving forward, you are obviously updated with the film that's coming out, with the footage that's actually coming out after a long time of trying to get it released. Now that that footage is coming out to the public, what is your response? What would your response be to the public's response to that video?
It's an outrage, man, because this is not nothing new for us. This is something that we have to fight for, and it's public right for us to get this information. They've been lying to us for the last 2 years, and probably would have continued lying to us if we didn't fight for it. So now that we're here, we have to pick up the pieces again and move forward, right after George Floyd. So imagine how many other cases are going on like this that the police have lied. They need to look into all those cases that all those officers, the governor himself, have been a part of, who had his hands on those documents and see what's been falsified, what's been lied to, and he's.
And cut. All right, great
So
job.
you are aware of current events.
Yes.
You are aware of current events. Okay, I picked up on that. SWAT, are you a police officer?
I'm training for Queen of the South.
But the question is, are you a police officer?
I'm not a police officer, no ma'am.
Do you have police officers in your family?
Yes.
Okay, so you would understand both sides. Then so do we. We married Brent Jones, who's the Dallas commander of SWAT,
Really?
our best friend, yes.
Awesome.
So you would be good to understand both sides of the law.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, perfect.
All right, Mr. Sheffield, thank you so much. You will definitely be hearing from us.
Thank you.
We have a lot of angles coming from this, so
Yeah.
there is some reenactment. So it's not just we're looking for one person to sit in front of something.
Right.
We're looking for people with talent,
Did you see
and
him?
we're gonna find the projects to fit the talent. Okay?
Did you see him become the family?
Yes,
And
yes, I
did you
did,
see
yes,
all
I
that emotion there?
Yes.
Yeah, that
All
was
right,
good.
Mr. Gates,
Yeah, actually, that was.
who's next?
Hey, nice to see you. Missed you.
Thanks for coming early also. Okay.
Thanks again, bro.
Brother, appreciate you. Definitely hear from us, for sure. All right, I want you to read the teleprompter there.
Okay.
All right. Introduce yourself first and, and how it goes, and action.
Hello, my name is Ryan with the 3D News Update today. The Dallas art industry is still reeling after the announcement in the latest budget that the Dallas Arts Council is to lose $104.8 million from its budget from over 4 years. The proposal is for the funds to be used to create the National Center for Excellence in the Arts. The dramatic announcement was made by Hamilton said the new center will allow for a truly national approach on arts funding. The much anticipated Vivid Festival opening is in Frisco Friday night, painting the city in a blaze of color. Its outdoor displays and interactive installations, the festival has become the biggest of its kind in the northern hemisphere, attracting thousands of visitors. The transport authorities advise people to leave their cars at home and use the public transport system to get to the locations around the city, especially the
And cut. All right, thank you. Stand right there. Next person. Oh, I was about you. Who's next? Or watch the card right there. This card, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So who's next?
I'm putting them grouped in. I haven't talked to her enough to know you.
Yeah.
So
We
let's do
practiced
this.
our thing together, is that okay?
Okay.
Yeah, but let me tell you what I want to do. Go with him and I'm gonna come up with the impromptu real quick.
Well, yeah, let him interview them as a couple.
Yeah, okay. I can
Yeah,
do
they're a
that.
couple
Y'all
walking
have
down the
to-
streets. Yeah.
Leave your purse and your phones. Leave your purse, okay. Y'all are walking down the street, now you're on the street of Dallas.
Okay.
Right.
And you're interviewing this couple.
And they're, walk by, go ahead, start walking by.
What's the topic?
I'll tell you when to stop, keep going, and there you go, you're right in there. And let's go ahead and start talking to them. Just about anything. Hey, wait, there was a cattle stampede in the middle of downtown Dallas.
Okay.
And they were in the middle of it.
Right.
Right.
Okay.
Like the running of the bulls or something, you know?
Right.
But it's right in Dallas, with
Okay.
cows.
Okay, I got you. Tell me when. Tell me when.
And action.
Hello, how are you guys doing today?
Good, how are you doing?
Amazing.
What's your names?
Miriam.
Martez.
Nice to meet you, Miriam Montez. Okay, so today we're talking about the scenery here in Dallas. As you see, there's plenty of protests going on. How do you guys feel about the protests?
I think it's really crazy. Like, I'm trying to like get somewhere and they're like blocking my way. So
Right. Yes, that can be a major issue. Now, how do you guys feel about the message that these protesters are trying to send out?
I feel like as long as they're protesting like in a peaceful way, they're not like, harming other people, and they have their rights to, to express, their opinion. And if their opinion matters, yeah, we'll have to agree with that.
Okay, sure. What about you?
I totally agree. As long as it's in a peaceful process and it's not messing up anybody else's, way of living, I'm totally for it.
For sure. Now, if you guys had to say one thing to these protesters, what would that be?
Your voice is gonna be heard for sure.
Never give up.
All right.
Cool. All right, and cut.
You have great mic skills.
Thank you.
Do you know how many people don't know how to use a freaking mic?
Really? I thought it was kind of self-explanatory.
No.
Right?
No, really, no. What you did is, first of all, never give your mic away, you hold on to it.
Right.
Because whoever controls the mic controls the narrative, right?
Right.
And did you notice that he moves seamlessly between your topic, your interviewees and you? And you
Right.
hold on to that mic, so very good. Do
Thank
you need anything else from Ryan?
No, I don't,
Okay.
and I wanna see those two, y'all said y'all did something together, so I'm interested to see what y'all did
Yeah,
together.
so I'm gonna
Great,
back
thank
you
you.
out.
All right.
Where did you go to school, Ryan?
Yeah, hand it to one of them.
Okay.
Grab that mic, guys.
Where did you go?
Watch your cards there.
Watch your cards.
Yeah.
And there's
Hey,
advanced
brother,
sometimes you can-
you did great, thank you.
Thank
What are some of your personal interests?
My personal interests are, of course, acting. I film a little bit. I don't know if y'all have heard of the Bounty Hunter D show.
Okay?
Can you
I
write that
film.
down, Bounty Hunter D show?
I actually film for their show and his wife's show, so,
Ryan Gates?
yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Oh, you talking about the Bounty Hunter?
Yeah,
Oh, really?
yeah, I work with them.
You
Yeah, I
mean the
remember
Bounty
that.
Hunter, like?
Bounty Hunter D?
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
cool,
they got
okay,
in
cool.
trouble for saying the E-word.
No, not that
Oh,
one.
you're
That's
talking
another.
about,
Yeah, you talking about, you talking about,
Somebody
Mad
else,
Dog.
I think.
You talking about Mad Dog in Hawaii.
yeah, somebody else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not Bounty Hunter D, I wouldn't tell you I work for
Okay,
him.
Mad Dog, Mad Dog.
Right.
Where did you go to high school?
Hebron. High school in Carroll.
So, you guys are gonna actually do the teleprompter together?
Yeah.
Okay, so you don't have to use the mic then if you want, you wanna use the
We're
mic?
gonna pass it back.
Okay, cool, great.
I
All
can
right,
do it on the
you ready?
mic.
We can just do like this, like.
Yeah.
without-
Okay, are you ready?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
To practice that. So I know how to hold the mic and do, and mic it.
Okay.
All right, so I need to get both of you guys' names. What is your name, ma'am?
Miriam,
How do you spell it?
Meriam,
Uh-huh. And last name?
KHALFOUF.
UN? KHALS?
FO,
Okay,
F as in Frank,
okay.
OU, F as in Frank.
Okay, I did N at the end. Okay, UF. Okay, great. And then let me get your name, sir.
Martez McKee, MARTEZ, and then McKee is MC capital KEE.
Man, they keep trying to autocorrect all of y'all names.
Yeah.
Right. And then give me the last name again, because I was studying autocorrecting the first name.
MC capital KEE.
MC capital K E E. Okay, gotcha. All right, and as soon as it starts, you guys go. Action.
Hello, I'm Miriam.
And I'm Martez with the 3D News Updates. The Dallas arts industry is still raving as the announcement in the latest budget that the Dallas Arts Council is to lose $104.8 million from its budget over the next 4 years.
The proposal is for the funds to be used to create the National Center for Excellence in the Arts. The dramatic announcement was made by Mayor Hamilton, who said the new center would allow for a truly national approach to art funding.
And the much anticipated Vivid Festival opened in Frisco on Friday night, painting the city in a blaze of colors with outdoor art displays, interactive installations. The festival has become the biggest of its kind in the Northern Hemisphere, attracting thousands of visitors.
Transport authorities advise people to leave their cars at home and use the public transport system to get to the location around the city, especially the Rocks, Darling Harbor, the Opera House, and the Center Park.
Good news for firefighters. Fort Worth's top scientists at City Hall have developed a new software that will give them a more accurate view of fire behavior in real time. The software called Spark, hope that goes well, can forecast a range of different potential movements depending on conditions and is set to change the face of how large destructive blazes are managed.
Dr. Mahesh Prakash of the Emergency Response Team said this information is invaluable to emergency management decision makers for predicting risk, deploying firefighting resources, or planning evacuation routes. A quick look at the weather now. Mainly sunny over the DFW metropolitan area with a few cloudy patches.
And temperature dropping to a low of 35 degrees overnight.
Love it. Love it. Wow. Love it. Yeah. So you guys worked on that together, huh?
Yeah,
Have y'all known each other before? Y'all-
we worked on another gig
Another
together.
yes.
Oh, okay. Great. What are your interests? What are your personal interests besides acting or whatever?
Oh, so when I'm not acting, I'm a social media influencer. I do like, using my platform to raise awareness on unrepresented communities. I also do Twitch streaming, and I do dog boarding, and then I also do, what else do I do? I do a lot of things.
Did we have your one sheet? Your head sheet?
My
Headshot? I call them.
Oh, Debbie said I should
Headshot and
email
one
it
sheet.
to her.
Okay, she'll send it over to. Okay, all right.
So
And,
I
and
have, yeah.
what was your last name again?
McKee,
McKee, gotcha,
MCKEE.
All right, and I've got you, ma'am, Miss, how you, Kalfoff?
Kalfouf, yes.
Kalfoff, okay, and where you from again?
I'm Moroccan.
Moroccan,
Yeah.
okay.
I speak different languages. I speak mainly Moroccan, my first language. I speak Arabic, French, German.
So what are your interests? If you were to do an interview or would you want to be Barbara Walters,
I am in the
Oprah?
beauty cosmetology field. I'm an esthetician. I'm a licensed esthetician. Do a license from California and also from Texas. So my main
She's a licensed cosmetic.
yeah, my main focus is beauty cosmetology, like the new trends in beauty, like skincare routine, like any natural like home treatments and stuff.
Mhm.
So I do have a YouTube page where I talk about like home treatments, and I do have like a big knowledge in that, but I'm also interested in acting, maybe like acting in different languages, like
Yeah.
maybe like
She
French,
speaks 3 or 4
Arabic.
different languages.
And yeah, so my interest is dancing too. I do all type of dance, from belly dancing, from pop dancing, from from flamingo, from like, I like culture, so any type of culture, I like to incorporate that into my personality. So,
Thank you guys so much.
thank you.
They did it together, Debbie.
I have a couple of questions.
Yes.
Now, I'm gonna start with Miriam. Miriam, your accent, what languages do you
She's
speak?
Moroccan.
So I'm Moroccan, so.
Oh,
we
did you
speak-
tell her?
Yes.
About me, yeah. That's the first place I'm going after COVID.
You should visit.
I am.
You should, it's beautiful.
No, I am. I mean, like,
Oh,
we
you
literally,
going?
yes, we literally, this is on my list. I'm going after COVID.
Oh, that's
Yes.
nice.
So
You're
you're
gonna like it.
Moroccan, North African.
North African.
Perfect. Wow. The center of the universe where all commerce came back in the day. Everything traveled through Morocco and it's
Yeah.
a blending of people.
Mhm.
Perfect. And for you, talk to me about your hair. I love it.
What do you want to know about it?
Is it spiritual? Is it
Oh.
cultural?
So I just, I'm all about natural hair and protective styles. So eventually, after I'm done, growing this out, I want to start wearing my natural, like, real braids to be this long, hopefully. So I just do this to, like, really protect my hair. And I do love long hair. I am part Native American.
Okay.
Yes.
So that's the spiritual part of it.
Yes.
And you guys are a team. Do you prefer to only work as a team?
Oh, no.
No?
I mean, do you dance?
I do dance, yes. I was on the dance team actually in school.
What kind of
Okay,
dance?
then y'all can work together. Does she dance? Do you speak Moroccan?
Yeah.
Do you speak Moroccan?
I'm thinking
No,
art.
but
Y'all
I speak
can't
a
work
little bit of
together on that.
But y'all are friends outside of this, right?
Yes.
Okay,
I
great,
can see
great.
them covering arts and entertainment as a couple, getting both angles. Did you see that?
Yeah,
Art
love
is
it,
so
love it.
amazing.
Okay, let me pull two, both did their screen test?
Yeah, they're done.
Okay,
Yeah, so we
All right.
we'll go ahead and put two more in here. Thank you guys so much.
No problem, thank you.
We are very impressed with you guys working together,
Yeah.
and the fact that you're willing to work together.
We didn't
yeah.
plan it, we just,
Yeah, she said y'all are a pair, and I was like, we don't know what pair means, so we're just gonna like read together just in case.
okay,
I like that. So instead of just standing outside, they just work together and figure it out together.
I like that.
Yes,
Um,
thank you so much.
We are a team,
Yeah.
and we're really big about teams, working,
Right.
if that makes sense.
I'm usually the motivator in the team. I'm always like, come on everybody, we can do this.
Well, thank y'all for waiting.
Thank you for your
Yes.
time.
And-
Yeah, thank you for your time and for waiting.
Thank you.
It will not be,
Watch your step.
this is not a waste of your time, trust me.
A big plus for you is that you're bilingual.
I speak a little Spanish.
multilingual.
Well, yeah, multi. I'm really big about.
Gosh, so many
cultures.
languages on this.
I know.
Oh
I'm overwhelmed, really.
My father was
But it's hard to overwhelm me. Debbie, next. Debbie, the next two, Debbie. Debbie, some people are at that meter, I get it. So can we get the next two people and you can talk to them out there while I'm starting the other ones in here?
Oh, she has it.
Okay, then we get it.
Not being rude, just trying to, there's a lot of people out there.
You too, American flag, come back to the end, this one.
Thank you so much.
She, what's her name?
We have America, we'll start, you want them to?
Yeah, let's do one at a time. The other one stay here. So one can sit in the chair and the other, while the first one goes up.
Okay, yeah, so when y'all pick and be very careful,
So who's first? Watch the cards there.
leave your purse and everything. Leave your phone, leave your purse.
How many more do we have, Debbie?
Only two more.
Okay, great. Wow.
That's it, you know the list, I got that.
Okay, so I want you to grab the microphone, please. And let me get your name, please. I need to spell your name.
My name is America.
America?
Yes, A-M-E-R-I-C-A.
A-M-E-R-I-C-A. Last name?
Nieves, N-I-E-V-E-S.
Okay, Nieves. Okay, all right, there we go.
N-I-E, spell it again.
N-I-E-V-E-S.
N-I-E.
Yeah, Nieves.
Nieves.
Yeah, where are you from?
I'm from Mexico, Acapulco.
Oh, okay, the player place.
So,
Are you bilingual?
Yes, I do. I am.
do we have her,
She
headshot?
didn't have a headshot.
Oh, you have it digitally?
I sent it to Mrs. Normira.
Okay, great. Okay, so do you prefer to interview in Spanish or English?
Either way is fine. Do you speak Spanish?
My wife does,
Oh,
so
wow.
So I want you to.
Más o menos, no mucho, pues, it's okay. I see, America.
America.
Okay, America. Y me gusta America, America. Nieves. Ese día es un buen día porque tú eres aquí conmigo y con Ernesto, mi esposo, y con Nomita, mi amiga.
They might think you speak in Spanish.
No. I call her, I wasn't sure what to call her, so I'm just gonna say my friend. I see, este día, just talk to me about why you think this is a good day.
Bueno, creo que este día es muy bonito porque tengo la oportunidad de estar sentado con ustedes y Dios está poniendo en mi camino una gran oportunidad en mi vida, que esto puede abrirme puertas muy grandes para llevar el mensaje de ser la voz de muchas personas, de mi pueblo hispano, que están, tú sabes, en este país y que estamos pasando por muchas necesidades, no nada más el pueblo mexicano, hispano, sino también otras culturas, como los morenos, ¿verdad? Entonces creo que puede ser una gran oportunidad para mí.
Okay, I understood 80% of what she said.
Okay, now I'm gonna get you to do the
Very
teleprompter.
good, and I focused in on the Spanish because it's very más importante para mí that I include the Latina culture in what we're doing.
So-
I grew up in Los Barrios de Houston, and it's very good that you're hearing that you're very fluent. Are you third generation or second generation?
I'm second generation.
Second, okay. Well, tell your parents that they did very good for making sure that you keep the accent though in the culture de Mexico.
Muchas gracias.
Porque Texas en Mexico.
Sí,
Yes.
Gracias.
I
Now,
told her Texas was
Now, I would make,
Which is true.
I would make one suggestion for you, is, when you speak very vibrantly but you hate that mic.
Oh, yeah.
You're slaying with that mic,
Yeah.
so if you can learn to just keep it there, and you'll be
Or
great.
she may be good with the headpiece. If you know Latin culture, there's a lot of movement and rhythm porque the sabor.
So let me
Am
do
I
this.
right? She knows I'm right.
So
So
let me-
using the mic kind of slows her energy down.
Right, so I'm trying to take her, you lay the mic here,
Okay.
it's right there on the TV, right there.
And I'm gonna.
Set it down.
Introduce.
And I want you to go behind the table there, and I want you to stand in your most comfortable position with your hands on the table, and then we're gonna read the teleprompter.
Okay.
All right, and
That's better.
action.
Hello, I'm America Nieves with a 3D News update. The Dallas arts industry is still relying after the announcement in the latest budget that the Dallas Arts Council is to lose $104.8 million from its budget over 4 years. The proposal is for the funds to be used to create the National Center for Excellence in the Arts. The dramatic announcement was made by Mayor Hamilton, who said the new center will allow for a truly national approach art funding. The much anticipated Vivid Festival opened in Frisco on Friday night, painting the city in the blaze of color with an outdoor art display and interactive installations. The festival has become the biggest of its kind in the Northern Hemisphere, attracting thousands of visitors. Transport authorities advise people to leave their cars at home and use the public transport systems to get to the locations around the city, especially the Rocks, Darling Harbor, the Opera House, and Central Park. Good news for firefighters. Fort Worth top scientists have developed new software that will give them a more accurate view of fire behavior in real time. The
Okay,
software,
cut.
the
Thank you.
software called-
Cut, thank you, that's good. Now, I want you to, interview her.
Okay.
You can grab the mic back
You don't
again.
know each other at all?
No.
That's good. I'm glad.
So what do you do for a living, if I may?
Me?
Yes,
Well, I act, I model, and I'm a dancer and choreographer.
How do you
Okay.
make your money? Through all that, what's your biggest
Dan-
money in your source?
Modeling and choreography.
Okay,
Okay.
let's talk about dance.
so let's talk to her about, what's the lady,
No.
I'm going somewhere. I know you guys wouldn't be old enough to know what's her name, Toni Basil. Are y'all familiar with Toni Basil?
Oh, probably not.
No.
since you
Toni
don't.
Basil is one of the most famous
Choreographers.
choreographers there is.
She's like
She's
major.
yeah, she's Hispanic, Latino. But she did the
No, she's
song.
actually a white woman.
No, she's not.
Uh,
I don't think she is.
I think
Anyway, look her up.
she culture.
Look her up.
Tony Basil?
Yes,
Yeah,
she
she's
did. They just did an
really
article on her. She did the song, "Hey Mickey, you're so fine, you blow my mind." Hey Mickey. Well, that was like when I was in high school, literally. And today she could still fit into the. She was 40. She was like 30 something then. They thought she was They thought she was a teenager. She's 80 some years
I
old.
saw that news, like she moved.
She still looks. She can still wear the same cheerleading outfit and do the same dance moves. And so anyway, I think y'all should look her up. Anyway, pretend that she's her, and she's been dancing for years.
White, that's it.
What is, I'm sorry, what is, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she's like 81 now.
Yes.
What is her name?
Tony Basil.
Tony Basil.
Yes.
Like basil, the herb.
Yes.
Yes.
BASIL.
Here's what I like
So let's
about-
interview her.
Wait, hold on a minute. Here's what I like about, before you start the interview, what I like. When you said public, you said it like Spanish, public. And that's very más importante to me, that you don't lose
Yes.
that. I like the fact that you still went into Latina mode, because for us, when we do this, we want to make sure that everyone is represented. This will not be a black show. Now, I identify as black woman, but truly I'm triracial, but I will always tell you I'm black. Okay, my dad made sure we understood culture. I'm Indios, Irish, and African. I'm
Yes.
gonna always say black though. But for you, as a Latina in Mexico,
Yes.
I wanna make sure that you never lose that. So I like that. That's an asset. And then also another asset is you decided to stay with the muted colors. Not a lot of, and then you popped on your lips. And that's very, I know you took some time in that.
Thank you.
I wanted to tell her that.
You can't say that.
I had no idea that she even did that though.
I did, and she knows, and you know, I know you did that. Isn't it?
I have no idea what you're
She
talking
knows,
about.
you popped there and you went muted. Now for you, let's talk about, what's your style of dance that you identify most with?
Contemporary.
Contemporary, okay, so just what everybody's doing. She may not understand all that contemporary, so let's,
Go more
just
to
say
commercial,
hip hop.
hip hop,
Let's
jazz
say
funk.
that, yeah, let's say hip hop. So you're gonna talk to her about hip hop dance. Are
Okay.
you okay with that?
Yes.
Okay, so you just met her on the street, you're at a
So
music
y'all
festival.
see
and
yourself,
she's a
so get
dancer.
closer together.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
and introduce yourself. Now, you're interviewing, and now you're not comfortable with the mic, that's gonna be something to work on. So when you have your mic, when you talk, you use the mic, and when she talks, you give it to her. When you talk, you put it back, and when she talks, you give it to her. Never give your mic away,
Okay,
always own your mic. But when you talk in it and give it to her. I'm done.
perfect, yes.
And action.
I'm sorry, do I know her name?
What's your
She's a
name?
Go ahead and get your information.
Okay.
Michaela.
So do you, yeah, go ahead.
You remind me of Misty, the ballet, you know, the biracial
Me?
ballet, yes. Misty
Oh, that's
Copeland.
that's such a compliment.
I'm gonna, and you're surprised, I know that.
I came up with somebody old that y'all didn't know, and
I
she.
know, I met her at the Arsenio Hall show in LA when she came out with her book. She was the first black woman that did Swan. She was
Her
this
body is
center.
beautiful.
Her legs were insured, but Misty Copeland,
Wow.
Okay,
go ahead.
Sorry.
and action.
She looks just like her.
Hi, Michaela, how are you? My name is America, and I'm gonna interview you today. Is that okay with you?
Yes, it is.
Okay. Can you please tell me a little bit about how you get interest in becoming a hip hop dancer?
Well, hip hop is just an absolute amazing style of dance. It originated from the Bronx, New York. It is a type of style that brings everybody together, all cultures. It is a social dance. That is the main thing that I love about hip hop. Any race, any size, any gender, no matter what, we come together as a community and we dance together. It's a great form of dance.
Awesome. And how do your parents react about you becoming a hip hop dancer?
Oh, they were fully and completely supportive of me. I started at the age of 9 and they saw something in me, and my dad actually was the one that really pushed for it. And my mom saw it, my dad saw it, and I pursued it from there. It's something that I fell in love with, went to high school for it, graduated from college with a degree in dance. So something that I truly am passionate about.
Talk to her about the Dallas Black Dance Theater, ask her about that. That's a big deal for me.
Okay.
Yeah, I read it, yes, talk to her about that.
Okay, tell me a little bit about the Dallas Theater,
Dallas Black Dance Theater.
Dallas Black Theater.
It is an amazing theater. I actually went to their professional intensive workshop at the age of 14 years old. I was invited there. So I was able to train with people in their 20s and 30s, the professional dancers. So I'm thankful to have gained that experience. They're all very athletic, they're very disciplined. You go into an environment and atmosphere that's absolutely inspiring, and it was great to be involved with that at such a young age and be inspired by it as well.
Awesome, that's great. We're very glad to have you here with us. And what are the what are the things that you're gonna tell the audience about that is gonna inspire them to follow your steps to the kids?
I think one thing that I can tell the audience is to follow what you truly believe that you want to pursue in life, what you want to share with your community, with your world. Don't be afraid to step out of your comfort zone, because your words mean absolutely everything. Your actions mean absolutely everything.
All right.
So,
Cut. I want you to give her the mic now,
Okay.
and I want you to interview her.
Well,
And what are you gonna interview her about?
here's what I want her to do.
Okay.
Okay, you are, now, obviously, you're both Latina, obviously. She just has more of an accent though than you, pobrecita. I'm probably more Mexicana than you are, yo no sé.
See,
Pues.
I'm not extremely fluent.
But so here's what I want to do. So in your culture, I've been around it long enough to know that sometimes when you come to the U.S., the parents, they tell the children not to speak Spanish at home. They want you to adopt a English thing. And for some, they want to have both, you know, Spanish at home and then in school, the English. Now, what I want you to do is talk about what I just said. Talk about what's happening with third generation Hispanics or Latino, you know, the third, you know what I mean, third generation, where they totally are away from the roots, like the Tejano music, or maybe the more traditional, you know, music.
I fully understand.
Okay, got you. Now, y'all talk about that.
I completely understand where you're coming from.
Okay, good. No, seriously, you do?
No, I really do.
Okay,
Because
good.
I feel like myself, I understand.
Yeah, talk
I
about
understand.
that.
Okay.
And action.
How do you feel about the third generation now? Not everybody, not every Hispanic, not every Mexican, not a lot of Latinos are speaking fluent Spanish. How do you feel about that as far as parents not forcing it upon their kids to learn it or persuading their kids to learn it? What is your opinions about being Hispanic and not being bilingual?
Well, I think that is not a good decision for parents, because with the two language, you can have more opportunities, know more people, and do a better or a greater impact in our, in our generations. And it's more, you can get better opportunities, and in money wise, also, it's better.
Great. No, I understand. What are some, you say money-wise and opportunities, can you list any on the top of your head of, opportunities that Hispanics can gain from being bilingual, any jobs that they can gain from being bilingual?
Well, Dallas is, our second majority is, I guess, Hispanic people, so everywhere we go, we're gonna have to learn to speak Spanish, because in the health community, the construction workers, the kitchen people are the people who cook our food, the people who sometimes build our infrastructure. So it's very important to know 2 languages, 3 languages, or the more, So always it's gonna be an advance for us.
Okay, cut.
Okay,
All right.
perfect.
Thank you,
I had another
America.
question lined up too.
Yeah.
I'll get into the subject.
I can tell
Yeah.
that you got that question. question, we're gonna be highly multicultural. And, I can tell you right now, you know, your accent, first of all, mixing it in with the it reminds me a little bit of Puerto Rican, where they do a little bit of Spanglish sometimes. But when you were speaking in English and you did the public, you know, you kept that. And then you, being the dancer and having gone to some things that permeate in the Black community, I think it's gonna be a plus for you. I even saw the Debbie Allen. The Allens are from Houston, where I'm from. And so, that being on your resume is a big plus. But I
So-
can see that we're probably more than likely gonna use both of them.
Of course.
Okay.
Miss America. Wow.
Miss America.
I just said Miss America. Miss America, Miss Mound, or whatever. What's your last name?
Nieves.
Miss Nieves.
Nieves.
Thank you so much. We do appreciate it. We will be back in contact with you. Obviously, we're finding projects for talent,
We're
not talent
adding.
for projects.
Yes.
You understand? So we see what you're doing best, and we will find something to fit you. And that's the same we're trying to do with
I already
everyone.
got it. We're
Right?
gonna find that.
I want you to do the
So,
teleprompter. You can take her outside. You can stand there.
Oh,
And you're gonna read this, the teleprompter
do you
there.
want me to hold the microphone?
Yes, yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Okay, and whenever you're ready, you're gonna state your name and action.
Hello, I'm Michaela Cifuentes with a 3D News Update. The Dallas arts industry is still reeling after the announcement in the latest budget that the Dallas Arts Council is to lose $104.8 million from its budget in over 4 years. The proposal was for the funds to be used to create the National Center of Excellence in the Arts. The dramatic announcement was made by Mayor Hamilton, who said the new center would allow for a true national approach to arts funding. The much-anticipated Vivid Festival opened in Frisco on Friday night, painting the city in a blaze of color with its outdoor art displays and interactive installations. The festival has become the biggest of its kind in the Northern Hemisphere, attracting thousands of visitors. Transport authorities advise people to leave their cars at home.
Cut. Now, obviously you read great, it flows well. You see the way you're holding the mic? It's great. You're holding it like a wine glass.
Sorry.
I think you have experience with a goblet, a wine goblet. But yeah, just on the bottom there.
Got it.
Thank you so much. Mr. Calvin? I say Calvin.
right.
Mr. Klein? No, Calvin Klein. Calvin, come on in. That's what's on your shirt. No, you're not done yet.
Oh, I'm not done, okay?
I need you to interview her right quick. But I thought he was next, but
Oh, I'm going back.
who's next? Who's next? Her?
A quick look at the weather now.
I guess Calvin said the best for last.
No, we got, one more. Well, actually, there's one more, and the Indian lady after him.
Okay, great.
Thanks, Deb.
Right.
Sir, I heard you guys were hungry, so I just wanted
Oh,
to give you.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Those are my favorite little snack when I'm hungry.
I'm not gonna eat now.
It's only 5 grams of sugar.
I'm so sorry. I should have brought more sugar.
Yeah. Okay, Ms. Fuentes, I want you to, what's your last name?
Hostetter.
Hostel. We have some
It's a
interesting
mouthful.
names here
We
today.
do.
That's German, right?
Yeah, yes. Before Germany was a place. my
You know what
family-
was crazy?
So
My
what's your first
dad-
name?
Oh, Helen.
Helen.
Helen, Helen?
Yes, sir.
And then Hostel, how do we spell Hostel?
It's H-O-S.
H-O-S?
E-T-T-E-R.
Wait, you, wait,
T-T-E-R.
hold on. You got it wrong. Spell it again?
H-O-S-T-E.
That's what I thought.
T-T-E-R.
Oh, okay.
Sometimes when I'm writing it, I have to remember too.
When my dad was raising up his family, we had to read National Geographic.
Nice.
Not on here, but we have to read it. That's not an easy return because of the name. So that just fits us a lot because again, this is gonna be a very multi.
Hey, while you guys are out there,
And I love
go ahead and figure out, y'all gonna interview. You're gonna interview each other about something. So y'all talk to each other. Wait, what's up, man? Y'all talk to each other and figure it out, okay? All right, there we go.
So here's what I want you to interview her about.
Go ahead over there.
Sure. Emily. Do you know who Emily Dickinson is?
Yes.
You do? Do you know? Okay, that's okay. I'm here to educate too. As producers, we're gonna throw you into areas that you did not know you're gonna walk into. She was a young poet. She wrote a lot of poetry. One of my favorite, her and E. Cummings. So I want you to pretend you are a poet, and for the sake of interest, let's say you're from France.
Okay.
Okay, know
I
you're
studied
German.
there, so.
Oh, you did? Oh, perfect. I don't know how I knew that. But maybe I just threw that out there.
Yeah.
But she studied in French, she's a poet, and you wanna get to know the Emily Dickinson that the world does not know. So think of your questions.
So do I address her as Emily or Helen?
Emily.
Emily.
She's Emily,
Oh, she's Emily, okay, cool.
or Miss Dickinson.
So I'm
She's
gonna know
Emily
about
Dickinson.
her more.
The
about
modern
her
day one?
poetry.
Come on, just off the top.
All right.
She's French.
And
Speak a French accent.
Yeah, you have one.
Yes.
I
Wow.
can try. Heck, yes.
Okay, awesome.
become the part and action.
Hello, Emily. My name is Michaela Cifuentes, and I'm going to be interviewing you today. Would that be okay?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, great. So I'm aware that you are a poet. So what inspired you to become a poet, and what runs through your thoughts whenever you are writing your poetry?
Well, my mother, when I was little, she would have a garden with her in the backyard, and we would bake bread together every day, and then go to the boulangerie after school. So I was really, really happy to start writing, and just write about my happy childhood and things in the south of France. So, yeah.
Okay, great. So that's so nice that, you know, your family and your peers inspired you to do what you do. Can you say a line of one of the poems that you have written?
Wait, so when a tulip falls, you go and you look at it and under the rain. It's a little bit different from the English translation, but the tulip falls under the rain, you don't know when the sun will shine, but then when it does, it's all happy.
Oh, that's so beautiful. Great. What does that mean to you? How do you feel when you say that? What do you want the audience to know what that means to you personally?
I feel like, as all of us in the human condition, you know, we go through lots of stress and sometimes depression as a modern culture, and so I think that what it says is that the sun will shine again.
Love it. Cut.
Wow.
Great
I
job,
like
great
how
job.
you leaned in.
So,
And you went into character on that. That was very good.
Miss
Wow, you have really like,
Cifuentes,
no, she did.
so give her the mic, and we will let you know something in a week, for sure. Obviously, all of you guys are great. Again, we're finding projects to fit people, not people to fit projects. Okay? Right.
Okay.
She did her script.
Yes, she did.
Okay,
She knocked that out the park.
Yeah, I don't even know what I have for
Right,
you.
yeah. All right, come over this way, and we're gonna get you to read the teleprompter.
Excuse me soon. All right, bye, have a great day.
All right, thank you so much. And whenever you're ready, it's gonna start.
Have a great day.
Yeah, just look straight to it, right? And action.
Hello, I'm Helen Hostetter with a 3D News Update. The Dallas arts industry is still reeling after the announcement in the latest budget that the Dallas Arts Council is to lose $104.8 million from its budget over 4 years. The proposal is for the funds to be used to create the National Center in Excellence in the Arts. The dramatic announcement was made by Mayor Hamilton, who said the new center would allow for a truly national approach to arts funding. The much-anticipated Vivid Festival opened in Frisco on Friday night, painting the city in a blaze of color with its outdoor art displays and interactive installations. The festival has become the biggest of its kind in the Northern Hemisphere, attracting thousands of visitors. Transport authorities advise people to leave their cars at home and use the public transport system to get to locations around the city, especially the Rocks, Darling Harbor, the Opera House, and Central Park. Good news for firefighters. Fort Worth's top scientists at City Hall have developed new software that will give them a more accurate view of behavior in real time. The software called Spark can forecast a range of potential fire movements depending on conditions and is set to change the face of how large destructive blazes are managed. Dr. Mahesh Prakash, a of the emergency response team said this information is invaluable to emergency management decision makers for predicting risk, deploying firefighters, or planning evacuation routes.
And cut. All right, I want you to interview me now.
Okay, awesome.
We gonna talk.
I like your hat.
Oh, thank you, I appreciate
Bucket
it.
hat.
All right, so let's talk about hats.
Okay, cool.
Interview me about hats.
Awesome.
All right,
Can I make up who you are?
sure. Who do you want me to be?
A designer, fashion designer.
Okay, great, great, great.
Okay, awesome. Hello, Reynold Hayes, Dallas fashion designer. I love your new line. It's so cool. The camouflage is back in. What do you have to say about it?
Hey, look, first of all, I'd like to say, I'd like to thank everybody that served our country, first of all, because this represents something greater than me. So, thank everybody for the service. But I was a former military person myself, you know, before I left here. And so, I came back and I said, you know, well, how can I mix culture and do something that was like fly and a little funky? So came up with a hat, you know, and I said, hey, you know, Dallas need to do something different. We need to wear these buckets, but they need to be the camouflage buckets, you know what I'm saying? That's where I'm at there, y'all.
I love it.
I need y'all to go out there, go to my Facebook, my Instagram, all of that stuff, that dot this, dot that, you know?
Yes, I think that is fabulous. Please check him out on Instagram and Facebook. So where did you get, besides your inspiration from a military background and honoring our troops, where did you get the style of bucket hats? What inspired you to bring that back to the surface?
Well, when I was younger, everybody else had hats. They could afford hats, I couldn't. But we had this bucket, and I used to actually put a bucket on my head. So I put bucket hats. But then I found out somebody already invented it, so anyway, that's my story, bucket hats.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
You are so awesome
Thank
that
you.
you were that resourceful and that you.
But you know, hey, I'm back. You know, I want to get into that. I got a book coming out talking about the bucket list.
Very good. Ka-ping.
I love
Now,
that.
let me tell you what I like. And Ernest, I know you're always, this is why we're still married, because he
Yeah.
entertains me all the
Yes.
time. And if you
Very
can
quick.
keep the wife smiling,
Yeah.
and y'all haven't seen my comedy side till I do that right back at him.
Yes.
But you,
I love it.
yes, you.
I love it.
You were empathetic when he went into his PTSD meltdown, and I saw that come through you as though he really was. And you have great dimples.
Oh, thanks.
Okay, you smile and you're very comfortable. And I noticed, just take this the right way. You don't wear any nails or anything.
No.
You're very natural, and I'm kind of looking for some of that. You know, when I said to you on your dress, you didn't have to do all the external things to be who you are. And I like the fact that I feel like I know you, Helen, because you have this real uncanny smile. And even out there, when everybody's like, my space, my time, I'm next, you know,
Yeah.
you're very, you said something out here to the lady, you said, I don't mind, she can go.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm looking, because whoever we work with, they have to be able to work with us. And they have to be able to auto-correct themselves, and I need naturals, if that makes sense.
That makes
Because
sense.
this is new.
Thank you so much for the.
Ernest, I'm thinking I want to pull him in and tell me a little bit. Okay, this is Calvin Klein.
That's Calvin.
No, this is Calvin Klein. Give me your full legal name.
Go ahead.
Okay. Van Gadescu.
Wait, say that again?
Hey, we're gonna be silly.
Why is Bill and Ted these days? All of these names.
No, I love it.
Okay, thank you.
Spell it.
Now spell it.
It's V as a victory, A as an apple, N as in Nancy, Gades. It's my first name. Last name is Chew, C-H-W, just like chewing gum.
Is that your real name?
Yes.
Okay.
I go by Van Chew though.
Oh, I like that.
Cool.
Where are you from?
Do you know Van Hunt?
Van who?
Hunt.
You know what?
You need to. No, you really need to.
I do, I
He's a
probably.
musical artist. Him and Halle Berry are dating right now.
I do don't have a beard.
Yeah, everybody
Don't
does.
have
Van
a
Hunt is he identifies as black musical artist, and they're dating right now. He has some of the best rock style music.
Oh, wow.
Not
Yeah.
rap, rockish.
I like
Kind
it.
of ish, like,
Yeah.
a little bit
Crack, yeah.
But where are you from?
I'm originally from, DeRidder, Louisiana.
Louisiana,
From
what
my
part?
mama, DeRidder, it's like a small country town, you probably never.
I
heard.
probably have, where is it?
It's near, like,
Opelousas?
yeah, it's not.
Monroe?
If you can't think of where it's near, it is a small country town. It's not near anything.
Houston, so we're twins.
It's in the middle of nowhere.
So it's near Lake Charles,
Oh,
Louisiana.
Lake Charles?
Okay, yeah.
We
Okay,
did a
good.
lot of rescue,
We just did
work
the,
for
yeah.
the Lake Charles, because y'all had.
Yeah, my
All
dad
the
does a big
evacuees
hair show
work
down
here.
there in Lake Charles, like the biggest hair show.
That's so cool.
I'll
I
tell you
heard of
this.
that.
Yeah,
That's
it's
awesome.
Lake Chuck, famous.
Yeah.
Lake Chuck,
Lake Chuck, that's a,
Lake Charles.
oh, that's what y'all call it, Lake Chuck, okay.
When Dallas, did some evacuee work here, we had to get with the mayor's office to make sure that Lake Charles evacuees were well taken care
Yeah.
of downtown Dallas, and I'm really sorry what happened
That's
to y'all.
huge, that's huge, and especially
So-
what was going on with y'all in Houston.
Hey,
It's huge.
thank you for the drink and food, by the way.
Oh, yes, well, she brought.
She brought the food, you brought the drink, all
So
right.
that tells me y'all are caregivers.
yeah.
I
Definitely, that would describe me.
Yeah, no, seriously, that's real big for me. You guys took the time to look after us.
Yes.
But here's what I wanna do with you. You didn't interview him as though you were an evacuee, and this is gonna be a hard topic.
How many evacuees?
Katrina, Hurricane Katrina. Okay, it just happened.
All right.
And people calling, Katrina evacuees refugees.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean by that?
Yeah, I was there.
Yeah, so refugees would be a derogatory term from somebody who already lives in America.
Right.
So let's deal with that, yeah. All right, and action.
Hi, Van. So I'm here today to talk with you. I understand you were one of the evacuees during the situation with Hurricane Katrina. I want to get your perspective of what it's like to show up in a new state, in a new area with strangers and people maybe not knowing what's going on really.
Well, first I wanna do my best to explain that, because I really honestly believe that there's nothing that I can say to make you understand what we went through. As far as, dealing with Katrina, I don't know if you ever seen like The Wizard of Oz, when Dorothy winded up, outside of Kansas in a whole nother world. I know that's an extreme statement, but that's how we felt, like our whole world was turned upside down and moved, shifted, dislocated, relocated. We got to see, and for those of us before we were evacuated, we got to see like the way humans react towards each other in its raw state, like being left in the Superdome, little kids not having the normal supervision that they would have, the elderly or the weak not having the normal supervision or people to run to be people that would rescue us in those normal situations weren't there, and we became victims to the stronger or the men or people that were wicked. There were horrible things that some of it
All right, cut. I got you. Good job. All right.
You
So,
wear your emotions in your face, and that's very important.
Ms. Hostetter,
Yes,
thank
you're
you so
very
much for your
empathetic.
time.
Thank you for
You did
having
great.
me.
I ditto whatever my wife said, and we will definitely be contacting you back within a week or so.
Did she do her screen?
Yes, she did. She
Okay.
knocked it out the park.
Okay,
Awesome.
here's
All
the
right.
deal.
I
When he
only,
was telling his story, he wore his emotions right here. You've been told that before, right here. And you were extremely empathetic. You're an empath, aren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
now the
Yes.
only,
I am too.
my only, I guess, suggestion would
Yes,
be,
please.
is when you lock in, your voice goes 2 octaves lower.
Okay, I'm gonna
She's
work on
listening.
that.
Keep it, yeah, so.
Yeah,
So that the audience can also hear.
Yeah, but if you had a, lapel mic, that'd be fine, but you go into mode, but you go low in your voice.
Oh, okay.
Keep it even, you're
Sure,
great.
that makes a lot
So
of sense.
empaths do that so that the other person is heard. They tend
Yeah,
to-
exactly.
Right.
Yeah, so I didn't want to talk over him.
Yeah.
But I understand what you're saying, so I can figure out a way to do that.
It's
Right.
a good trait.
Well, it's not a good trade if you're over here with audio and you're trying to get that. It's a
Let me
terrible.
tell you who does that. Oprah Winfrey she does it, just so you know.
I love her.
So-
And Diane Sawyer, if you ever watch her, she
Yeah.
does it
Yeah.
too. And what you do.
But they
is-
have high-tech lapel
Right,
mics.
on the technical end, you adjust, and that's where we would come in to adjust your mic up.
Yeah.
Because it's a good quality, actually. And he always tells me that I need to talk louder. I can't go loud and bold.
I do have to just occasionally.
She has a time or two when she goes live.
But when I sing, or when, man.
Oh, I wasn't going there. That meant mad at me. Wow. It's getting really late. It's almost 6 o'clock. Time for margaritas. That's not what I was saying. But, hey.
All right, let me have one of those. So thank you, Helen.
Thank you so much.
I'm imprinted, and now your turn to shine.
Oh, it's a pleasure meeting you. Suzanne. Oh, you're so awesome. Okay, bye.
Let's see impasse do that.
You're just so awesome.
Oh, thank you. I'm so happy to be here.
I know. Thanks
Oh,
for
you look so
coming.
good. Okay, thank you guys. I really appreciate it.
Dying.
Oh, yeah, I feel so hungry because someone, mentioned it and you'll probably been here all day.
I'm gonna do him back next time I have him for the interview.
He's gonna do the teleprompter right quick as soon as they start.
Yeah, you.
Every day.
Yeah, but I'm gonna get him to do the teleprompter, so.
How was it? Yeah, have you guys finished with Helen?
Yes.
Okay. Yay.
All right.
Sure.
You next.
All right, so, just get comfortable, and when it starts, be ready to roll.
Okay.
And action.
Hello,
Ooh, you already know. Right?
hello, I'm Van with a 3D news update.
We're gonna get started, over. I know you memorized it. Ready, and action.
Hello, I'm Van with the 3D news update. The Dallas arts industry is still reeling after the announcement in the latest budget that the Dallas Arts Council is to lose $104.8 million from its budget over 4 years. The proposal funds to be used national centric. Okay, I got lost. Okay.
I'll start back over, and action.
Hello, I'm Van with the 3D news update. The Dallas arts industry is still reeling after the announcement in the latest news budget that the Dallas Arts Council is to lose $104.8 million from its budget over 4 years. The proposal is for the funds to National Century for Excellence in the Arts. The dramatic announcement was made by Mayor Hamilton, who said, "Arts is funding." The much anticipated Vivid Festival opened in Frisco on Friday night, painting the city in the blaze. Art displays and interactive installations. The festivals have transport authorities advise people to leave these transport system to get to this, especially Darling Harbor, the Operations House, and Central Park. Good news for firefighters featuring Fort Worth top set.
All right, cut.
Okay, I didn't bring my asthma phone.
I got you.
All right, so go ahead, over. And I want you to, y'all talked out there a moment ago, didn't you? Did y'all come up with anything? Okay, so are you interviewing him or are you interviewing her?
We're just gonna go back and forth.
Okay, go ahead. Let's go. Let me get her name down here real quick, cause I have yours.
Are you okay if I put your daughter there?
Yes.
I'm gonna pull you in the middle, and what you guys are doing
Miss-
is you're both gonna interview his daughter about what she wants to do in life.
No, they already had something put together, Debbie.
Oh, y'all have something?
Yeah, they had something put together. Yeah, but I wanna start, I wanna see what y'all put together. I'm looking for your creativity
Y'all
right
have
quick.
something put together?
Yeah, so what, I'm trying to,
Never mind.
can I get her name, please?
Yes, my name is Aman Preet.
How do you spell it?
AMANPREET. Last name KAUR.
Okay.
And are you South Indian?
I am North Indian.
North, okay, so closer to Punjab.
Yes, I'm
Yes.
from Punjab. I was born in Punjab.
Man, I am batting 1,000, give me that. I am a bat, no, I'm doing great.
Yes.
Wow, so I grew up in a very multicultural environment because of my dad.
Okay.
Yeah, he was a very highly educated guy that made us read Nat Geo. But Punjab, I love the whole story there, how it's separated from South India, that little bit, and that whole thing that was built, and your food is actually not as spicy, but you guys have the best tea.
Oh, thank you.
Thanks to the Brits.
Now I can try your tea.
But I know a lot about your country because one of our in-laws is from Punjab as well, married to our family.
Wow.
Yes, so anyway, great, so y'all have a thing already worked out? But y'all work in something about Punjab?
I'm sorry?
I just wanna see what they doing, what they did together first, and we'll do a second one.
Yeah, after y'all finish that, because we have a big culture slant on this, I wanna make sure all the cultures are represented. So maybe you can interview her a little bit about Punjab too.
But can I just see what they actually came up with? That's all I wanna see
We're
right
gonna
now.
do both, yeah.
Of course, can I just see what they came up with?
Be patient, y'all got it?
It's
Okay.
almost 6 o'clock, Debbie.
He's hangry.
All right, and action.
Hey, I'm Van with 6M News, and I'm here with our health specialist from Punjab, Mrs. Karen.
Hello.
Okay, my first question is that I wanted to ask in comparison to where you're from. Are Americans, is fast food making Americans obese?
Yes, I would definitely say yes. Fast food is making American people obese because coming from a public health experience, I would say teens are more relying on fast food. They're more eating out instead of staying at home and making something themselves healthy.
Okay. It's funny you mentioned teens, because that was what my next question was in reference to teens. Now, do you believe that teens nowadays are more obese than teens like 20 years ago or in the past?
Definitely yes. Because there's so many options we have here. I can name so many different fast food restaurants such as KFC, Chick-fil-A, McDonald's. You can get fast food literally from anywhere. And I think that with the options that we have, people making themselves choices, are definitely obese is big. There's so much obese in today's time.
Okay. Now, Karen, do you think the solution is to cut off all fast food eating period, or maybe is there another solution, like maybe ration on what our teens and people in general eat as far as fast food is concerned?
Well, I don't think we should cut the fast food, like all of it. I think that restaurants should add healthy options in their menu for people to add healthy meals in their meal plan instead of just relying on fast food. Like I know, just if let's say a person goes to work from 9 to 8 and then comes back home and then he's very tired, doesn't have time to cook, he just want his food. I think there should be an option for restaurants where he could order something that's very healthy for him to eat instead of buying burgers, fries, or like chicken wings or anything like that.
Okay, that's great. So ramen noodles instead of a piece of cake.
Yes, there you go.
All right, and you've been
That's
here
it.
with me. Okay.
Now, what's your next thing you're gonna do, David?
Are you a nutritionist?
No, I'm not. But I am studying health science.
Health science, okay. What is your focus going to be? Health science with a focus in?
Well, I'm majoring in public health, and then I'm minoring in biology.
So you're getting your PHA?
I'm getting my bachelor's.
Okay,
Yes.
and you're minoring in biology?
Yes.
Okay. You used the word meal plan.
I'm sorry?
You used the word meal plan.
Yes, because I know about meal plans, because I
Okay.
do look at like different people's like Instagram, Snapchat stories where people would, promote, I think you should go here and then, buy a meal plan if you don't have time to make
Okay.
something for yourself at home,
Okay,
So
and
that's where I got that.
Let me tell you what and I know it's 6, what I'm thinking of. So we were at one point going to do restaurant reviews where you could actually go in once COVID is, over with and actually look at their meal plans to see if they're healthy or not and come up with, hey, this is Amon's choice for the healthy restaurant pick of the week.
Yes.
Because you seem to be focused on that. So that was a good topic to pick to talk about.
Thank
Once
you.
you use meal plan, I'm like, that's gotta be a nutritionist there. Okay, you. I want you to get more comfortable with yourself. You're good. Okay, and maybe it's the topic matter, but I like the fact that you are, as I said earlier, you are an extremely caring human being. And the mere fact that your daughter is here speaks volumes in my heart as someone that's raised 5 children.
I mean, wait a minute. It could be a situation where he didn't have no ride and she gave him a ride.
She's only in 8th grade? Yeah.
So she drove him.
No.
I mean, 8th graders can have a car.
Can I just give him this? So, but what that tells me is that you are a great human being for your child.
Or he's babysitting.
No.
I mean, I think you're overdoing the great human being thing. He could.
But she's not mad.
I mean, he could have just grabbed her off the street and she can't speak right now.
Most kids, they have to go to their. She was standing here intently watching her father. That look, I read people well. You're very.
Oh, she's not on a cell phone. Wow. Okay. That's different.
She was really, but she was watching, she was really intent in watching her dad. And that just tells me like those dynamics. I watch parents. Children tell me a lot about who the person is. So anyway, good plus on that, both of you. And
We just need for her to read the teleprompter.
is that all?
Yes, Miss
Okay.
Katrina.
So we're gonna back you out. And
But you guys real quick, Ben is tired. He's interviewed TD Jakes.
oh,
He's
okay.
interviewed like a ton of amazing people. He's just sleepy.
I know. I mean, he did well. Yeah, I don't.
Thank you. Yeah,
I'll send
High
this
on
to you
my
guys.
list just by
Yeah, I'll
caring
send this to
for
you guys.
us.
He is hilarious. I'm gonna send you his demo reel.
Like your baby being here with you and the way she was intently watching her father. Listen, when you know people, you know people.
Thank you so much for
And-
saying that. Yeah, I love you. You guys have a beautiful, it's fun,
Yeah.
beautiful relationship.
Oh,
That's-
thank you. You know, we're about to celebrate 26 years married. It's
Wow.
not really our anniversary
Congratulations
until
to that.
Tuesday. We were gonna go out of town today, but we didn't cancel because we wanted to do this. Then it rained. So we're gonna head out in the morning, but 26 years.
It's inspiration.
And we're business partners. So we're married and we're partners. He gets
Thank
on my
you.
nerves sometimes. And I get out here.
But I'm real.
Like right now?
It's really inspiring to see.
We gotta get her on the thing.
Okay.
Yes.
So we're ready, but.
Okay, I'm gonna send this to you.
Yeah,
His demo reel. He is hilarious.
So Van Chu.
Or I can text it to you.
And I'll wait out here for
And
you.
that's
to
your
meet out
real,
here.
that's your
Yes, sir.
real.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
That's
He's
a good
hilarious. Look
thing.
at this.
Oh, so you're a comedian.
He's hilarious. Look at him.
Character,
I'm trying to find the one. He
Make
interviewed.
sure we get that. So, okay, we'll talk.
He interviewed. What is that woman?
Angela Bass.
Angela.
It's on
Yes.
For you.
He's just sleepy.
Thank you guys for your time.
Thank
guys.
you.
And I'll be right here waiting for
I'm
you.
gonna send it. Okay, thanks, Pan.
All right.
Okay.
Okay, look at the television. And whenever you're comfortable, it's gonna start and action.
Hello, I am Amin Priest with the 3D News Update. The Dallas arts industry is still reeling after the announcement in the latest budget that the Dallas Arts Council is to lose $104.8 million from its budget over 4 years. The proposal is for the funds to be used to create the National Center for Excellence in the Arts. The dramatic announcement was made by Mayor Hamilton, who said the new center would allow for a truly national approach to arts funding. The much-anticipated Vivid Festival opened in Frisco on Friday night, painting the city in a blaze of color with its outdoor art displays and interactive installations. The festival has become the biggest of its kind in the Northern Hemisphere, attracting thousands of visitors. Transport authorities advise people to leave their cars at home and use the public transport system to get to the locations around the city, especially the Rocks, the Darling Harbor, and the Central Park. Good news for firefighters. Fort Worth's top scientists have developed a new software that will give them a more accurate view of fire behavior in real time. The software is called Spark. It, depending on conditions, and is set to change the face of how large destructive blazes are managed. Dr. Mahesh Prakash of the Emergency Response Team said, This information is invaluable to emergency makers for predicting mass deploying firefighters or planning evacuation routes. A quick look at the weather now. Mainly sunny for the greater DFW metropolitan area with a few cloudy patches. Temperatures and going to 35 degrees. Overnight temperature.
Yeah, you can start over.
Yes, you're good. Okay, now I want her to interview me.
And you're gonna be,
Who you want me to be?
I want you to be a renowned chef that wants to change the restaurant industry
Okay.
and bring in healthier options. Oh, you're gonna find Ernest and I are highly complex.
Great.
Okay.
Oh, nice.
Okay, so you want me to interview you?
Yes.
We're both creators.
It's good because it's something that she understands.
And I'm a chef and I'm supposed to be trying to change the food industry.
The
Well,
fast
I'll ask you
food.
something about vegan and non-vegan
Okay,
and
great.
vegetarian options.
Great.
Hello, my name is Sophia, and we have Mike here with us today. And I'll be asking Mike with some questions about food-related industry. So let's go ahead and dive into it. What do you think about vegan and vegetarian options at the restaurants we have?
Honestly, I hadn't ever heard of any type of veganism or vegetarian until I married my wife. And when I met her, she cooked a haystack. And I said, "What is that?" And she's like, "A haystack." And I'm like, "Where's the beef?" She's like, "There's no beef in there." So I'm gonna change the whole industry. That's right. Forget counting calories. Forget being a vegan. Let it all hang out. I want you to eat, eat, eat. It's the American way.
Okay.
Yes!
Oh, okay.
No more skinny. We want it big. Just like me.
Okay, I don't know what
See,
Heart
you-
disease.
you
Talk
just
about
ate.
heart disease.
You need to eat. I want to feed you burgers.
Talk to her about
Grease.
heart disease.
Heart disease. You gotta die from something. Might as well die happy, right?
So now tell them, tell them we don't want to die happy. We want to live long.
Yes, like she said, we don't want to die happy.
Look, I had a friend of mine. This guy, he always was vegan. He exercised all the time. He was in great shape. So I'm 40 and he's 39. And when I'm 41, he'll still be 39. Because he did all of that veganism and exercise, he got hit by a bus.
And then
He could have enjoyed himself eating and died of a heart attack and been happy. He still died.
well, I am a living example of a person who is vegetarian from her whole life.
Okay.
I've never eaten anything non-vegetarian.
Okay.
And I could bring you facts and research that healthy options will not make you weaker.
I can bring you actual information that if all the food came up missing in America right now, you'd die before me. Because I'm gonna feed off fat. You're gonna just wither away quickly. You have no fat.
There's so
So
many.
your body can't feed off of anything but your bones. I have a lot of months of fat here. Okay?
I understand what you're saying, but there's so many different options I think we should look up. Like in America, I think we're just focusing on burgers and fries and pasta, pizza like that.
Mhm.
But since coming from India, there's so many different options that you could make food out of. Like there's so
Options.
many different spices. Literally everyone makes their own food.
You said
and
options
it's
that
a-
we can make food out of, right? So if we had a wild wolf right here, right? A hungry wolf.
I'm not talking about animals.
Who would they want to eat? You or me? Me. Because I'm more on my bones. They want to eat me. He look at you and go, yeah, look at him. That's a meal.
No, the main option is comparing vegetarian versus non-vegetarian. Like, what is the best way or route to go? You know, like, why should a person go vegetarian, or why should a person go non-vegetarian? What are the pros and cons of being a vegetarian? And like, if you think about it,
You're making me hungry. I'm
serious, you're making me hungry. All I have to do is this. You see the Chick-fil-A commercial, eat more beef, I'm with them. Thank you, I'm gonna go eat.
That's very good.
Thank you.
And other interesting
She's passionate too, she was gonna prove to
She
me.
is.
I mean, I can prove to you right now, there's
Right,
so
she's
many
serious
different
about it.
But
options.
you know what? I'm glad,
like
I'm
that.
glad your veganism came up.
Yes.
So I identify as Seventh-day Adventist, and we grew up vegetarian. So I think there may be some room, there's another guy that's a chef where we're gonna, do some cooking shows. And we're gonna get together and talk about some vegetarian options, some plant-based options. Because right now, from the federal level, they're pushing to go 90% less beef because of the carbon footprint that animal product is leaving here in the US.
Yes.
And I was just telling my husband 2 weeks ago, I'm like, we've got to do a show with my roots in it about vegetarian. And primarily get that out there to younger people, you know, that are just used to grabbing a burger and fries. And I can really